If you're thinking about moving to Barcelona, you should definitely watch this video first. Hi guys! I used to live in Barcelona for over a year, but I felt very quick that it wasn't my type of city, and I'm gonna tell you why. And if you already made up your mind and are very excited about moving there, or maybe you're already living there, don't watch this video because it's gonna be very negative, because I'm in a bad mood today and I want to put my anger at something. But if you're somewhere in between or just like thinking about moving to Barcelona, you should definitely watch this video because there's many downsides that I wasn't aware of, that like I got very affected by, that I know many people can be very sensitive about, so I'm gonna tell you all about it. And I will mention some benefits and nice things about the city as well in the end of the video, because it's not just downsides. Of course, Barcelona is a beautiful city and have many nice things as well, but I think you should be aware of all the downsides. Okay, there's so many bad things to say, so I'm not sure where I should start. But let's start with the most obvious one, the people. So the people there are very angry and have a bitchy attitude. And I'm not talking about friends or people that you get to know. I'm talking about like the local workers, or like people you meet on the street, or the drivers, all the people that is like people living there and that you're not friends with. And the second thing is the low salaries, and now I'm talking about the general jobs. I worked as a model and I worked a lot, so I'm not complaining about my salary, but in general, like if you're gonna live there and if you're gonna work in the city, you're gonna probably get a very low salary. Also, the rents are very high, so which is also a bad thing. So low salary and high rent doesn't match. And then we have the drunk tourists or the drunk British tourists that are everywhere in the world actually. And then we have all the trash. It's so nasty everywhere, like it's a lot of bird poop, it's a lot of trashes, rats, you know, it's so, and it smells really disgusting everywhere. That was the first thing I noticed when I arrived there, that the smell is so disgusting, and there was poop everywhere, like dog poop, bird poop, trashes, and I feel like that's such a big ick for me. Like I can't stand that disgusting smell and disgusting streets. And then we have the one of the worst things, which is the cockroaches. They're everywhere and they're so disgusting fast, and especially if you want to live in Elborn or somewhere like very central, you're probably gonna have cockroaches in your apartment, which is so disgusting. Yeah, so that's like, if you're afraid of cockroaches, make sure that you live like in a top floor in a very fresh and new building and not too central. And then we have something that could be, this could be like a very sensitive topic, but the people who live there are very poor-minded and they glamorize that you're poor. And I'm not talking bad about people being poor, because that's like not what I'm talking about. Myself had like a lot of periods in my life where I wasn't even able to pay rent, and I have to do everything in my order to be able to pay rent. But I'm not glamorizing it. I don't feel proud of that. But people in Barcelona, they talk about them having no money at all, like all the time, and that is like very scary to me, because you know, classic one, you become like the closest people you're hanging out with. Of course you can mention that you don't have like you're low on money and can't do things because you're low on money, like of course, like you shouldn't pretend that you have money. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about glamorizing being poor. I can't talk about this without thinking about the Anna Paul excuse where she was like, I feel poor, and they made this remix. I'm gonna put it here.
Feel good. I do not like words. That is my experience. That's how I felt. Feel good. So very cool.
I need $1. Disgusting men. They're everywhere, wherever you go. And I'm someone that likes to dress very very sensual and feminine. I like to have short skirts, but in Barcelona I was like very afraid of dressing like that. You're getting catcalled wherever you walk. It's crazy. Like if you walk around the city during a day, you get catcalled maybe 10 times. Oh, one time it was even a like a drunk old man that had eaten a sandwich or something. He had mayo on his hand and he was touching me with his fucking mayo hand. Why? Like that doesn't happen in Thailand or Sweden. That does happen in Barcelona. I have so many bad experiences in Barcelona. It's crazy. And I'm a very positive person. But Barcelona like wasn't for me at all. Something that maybe not so many people care about, but the water there is awful. Like if you're showering in the water, it makes your hair very thin and bad quality. Like the water there is so bad and you can't drink it, so you have to buy water. But I know that's very common for a lot of countries, so I'm not gonna put that as a negative thing. It is a negative thing, but I'm also very spoiled since I'm from Sweden and we have like the best water in the world, in my opinion. Then we have the post offices. There's been so many times where they lost my packages. Expensive things. Also, they are very, very late and they don't show up when they say they will. It's so expensive in Spain. I'm not sure why. Like if you send in Sweden, it's pretty like okay, but in Barcelona, it's very expensive. So obvious one that is also common in London, all the fucking thieves. And I know Barcelona is famous for this, so probably you already know this bad thing about the city. But every single person I met in Barcelona and talked to that had something stolen. Like, and I almost had my phone stolen. I walked with my phone like this, and there was like two young boys driving a scooter. I held my phone like this, like texting, and they went and tried to grab it. They did grab it. But I'm so fucking obsessed with my phone, so I hold it like really, really strong where they drove, and I was like, no! Shouted like a fucking weird ass lady. But they didn't manage to get my phone. But the bad thing is they were living in my area, so every time I like walked home by myself, they were like driving and watching me, which is so scary. Like I feel very unsafe, even though they were like very young. But I didn't feel safe at all in Barcelona. Then we have a very like, if you're just gonna travel, this doesn't affect you. But if you're gonna live there, this will affect you. And that is that nothing is really working. Either the post office that I mentioned, like post tracking delivery things, doesn't work. But also like Google Maps never shows the correct opening hours, and the stores open and close wherever they want. They never follow what they have written on their website or Google Maps. They always like, they do siesta all the time, so you have to be aware of that. But they have so many fucking holidays because they're like Christian in two ways. But they have like double as much holidays, so they have closed all the fucking time. Don't get shocked if a store, restaurant or whatever have closed the time you're planning to go there. You can't make sure in advance. You have to just go there and hope it's not closed. Things not working. It's also like things are so late. Like all the trains, you can't plan if you're going to work or if you're going to somewhere. The trains doesn't follow the schedule. Like they're always late or early. Like you have to just go to the metro station and hope the trains show up. Like it's so fucking randomly hours. It's so fucking irregular. It's crazy. Then we also have like, if something is broken in your apartment, calling for help, it will probably takes like 2 or 3 months before someone's coming to help you, which is so fucking crazy. Because in Sweden it takes like maximum 2 weeks because maybe they're super busy. In Thailand it takes maximum 1 day, but in Barcelona it could. I know a friend, she was waiting for someone to help her fixing something in her apartment for half a year. Half a year. How is that even legal? And I don't think they're even like that busy. I just think they're very, very fucking lazy. And also like the people you get to know there, they're also very, very late. Like I'm late as a person. I usually show up like, it depends on who I'm gonna meet, because some people you have to respect. But I usually show up maybe 15 minutes to 45 minutes later than I should have, which I know is very bad. But in Barcelona, like people there show up 3 hours later than they tell you, or 4 hours. They're so bad with time. Like that's also like something that I feel like is very, very rude. But I don't feel like I can talk shit about it since I'm also like usually late. But sometimes you just have to respect people. Okay, guys, sorry for all the negativity. Let's jump to the positive things. The thing I like most with Barcelona, they're like, wow, this is so nice. And that was that everyone's outside. Old people sitting on benches, children playing outside. Like, you could never see an iPad kid, never. And if you saw one, that was probably a tourist. Like, all the kids plays outside, they're happy, it's such a good energy in terms of like people being outside. And then we have the sun, of course. Like, the sun, if you get sun, you get automatically more happy. Like, everyone knows it, so that's of course a very positive thing. Oh my god, I forgot a bad thing as well. It's so humid. So every time you walk outside, you sweat so much. Okay, sorry. Let's jump into the good things. Something that is also very nice, like the city in general are very like open-minded. And that could be both about like the gay community, but also, you know, they have places to smoke at. They are very like, you can dress however you want and no one will judge you. And a lot of people are like generally very spiritual. So that's good things about Barcelona. Like, people are open-minded. I feel like you can be yourself more, which is very nice. Good. Yeah, they have a beach there, which is nice if you if you want both the city vibe and the beach. The beer is very cheap, so if you like drinking beer like I do, like I drank beer all the time. They have a big beer culture, which is very nice and cozy. Like, it's so cozy to just walk outside and have a beer. I think that's it. There's like more good stuff with Barcelona, but like nothing that is different from another country. So if you're thinking about moving to Barcelona, keep in mind all these stuff. If you're sensitive to cockroaches, birds, and disgusting men, like, don't move there. Also remember one bad thing now. I have so many bad things in Barcelona, but I love cheese, like feta cheese, mozzarella, you know, different kinds of cheese. And it happens 4 times in a year that I bought cheese and it was, how do you say, like mold or very, very sour and bad because it's been probably like outside in the heat, or I'm not sure how. So I got food poisoned. So be aware that you can be food poisoned. I know a lot of people that have been food poisoned in Barcelona. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you didn't get too sad watching this, cause I don't like, I make this video to like warn people because I spent a year there and yeah, I obviously don't want to live there. So like, this is more like a favor if you're thinking about it and you're unsure. Now you know the bad sides with Barcelona. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video even though it was very negative. Bye!